my channel. So this weekend I have a festival coming up and I decided to film the look that I was going to wear to it. So if you want to see how to get this look, keep watching. Hello, so the first product that I'm going to be using is the BYUUU UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence Sunscreen, and this one has SPF 50+. Since I am going to an outdoor event, I want to make sure that I protect my skin from the sun. So I'm just going to take a little bit of sunscreen and smother this all over my face, and I am using a water-based one just so it feels a little bit better underneath all the makeup. Next up, I'm going to take some of the Tony Moly Primer Fixer and I'm going to spritz this all over my face just to help keep my makeup on all day, and this is meant to be good for priming, anti-darkening and makeup fixing. For foundation, I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation and I'm just in the shade Y245 or 7N01, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that and dot it all over my face. And using the Real Technique Beauty Blender, I'm just going to buff that all out. And I went in with 2 layers of this foundation, but I'm not the biggest fan. It didn't cover my blemishes as much as I wanted it to be. I kind of thought it would be a little bit more full coverage, but we'll make it work. And I'm just going to do my brows off camera, but I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. But skipping straight to the eyes, I'm just going to take some of the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Primer and Brightener and dab this all over my lids just to prep them for the shadow and glitter that's going to be going on later. For this look, the main palette that I'm going to be using is the Morphe 35U Multicolor Shimmer Palette, and I'm just taking a little bit of that peachy shade and popping it on the outer corner of my eyes. And I'm just going to slowly buff that across the lids since it's going to be my transition shade. Next, I'm mixing the copper shade with a little bit of the raspberry pink shade just to give it a bit more of a pinky tinge. And this is going to be my cut crease color, so I'm just going to pop that across the whole crease. And I'm going to slowly blend that into the peachy color using a fluffy brush just to give it a little bit more of a seamless, natural look. And it's okay to be messy with this part just because we are going to be concealing the eyeshadow after. Just to help me clean up, I'm going to take some of the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free Foundation, and I'm in the shade Ivory 115, and I'm just going to dab that onto the center of my lids where I kind of didn't put much of the shadow. And just to help carve out that section a little bit better, I'm going to take a flat foundation brush and I'm just going to kind of neaten the crease area just to make it a little bit more precise. Before I apply the glitter, I'm just going to quickly conceal my face, and I'm using this Smashbox High Defensive Concealer in the shade Fair/Light, and I'm just going to pop that under my eyes just to hide my dark circles, as well as on my nose and center of my forehead just to brighten up those areas, and in any other places where my blemishes are still peaking. Of course, taking my trusty beauty blender, I'm just going to quickly buff all of that out. So to set the concealer, I'm taking the Tony Moly Oil Paper Powder Face Mix, and I'm just going to dip my beauty blender into the product and kind of pat that into the areas where I applied concealer. Going back in with the Morphe palette, I'm just taking that same peachy shade and applying that onto the outer corner of my under eye just to balance out the eyes a little bit more. And quickly going in with the Etude House Play 101 pencil in the shade 6, I'm just going to apply that into my under eye waterline just to open up and brighten the eyes a bit more. Finally, going in with the glitter, I'm taking the Stila Magnificent Metal Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow, and I'm using the shade Smoldering Satin, which is a little bit of a pinky tinge or a rose goldy tinge. And I apply that onto the tear duct of my eye and I drag it out into the areas that I concealed earlier. And I really do pack this stuff on just because I do like having really glittery lids, and this stuff does a really great job with that. And honestly, you have to be really careful with this product just because it does have a little bit of fallout or a lot of fallout, and once you put it down it really doesn't budge, so you have to be kind of really precise with it because it's hard to get off once it's on. So next up, I'm going to take some of the Miracle Romance eyeliner, and it's one of the cute Sailor Moon collectives, and I'm just going to quickly line my eyes, and I start in the center of my eyes and I kind of drag it out and then follow the natural curve of my eyes. I feel like I line my eyes differently every single day, so I don't really know like the particular way that I do it, but just line your eyes however you feel comfortable with. I'm going to quickly pop on some Glam by Manicure false lashes, and these are in the style 34 Alexandra, and it was my first time trying them and I honestly love how they look. They're so full, wispy and intense, which I adore. And I'm just going to go in with some Etude House Lash Perm Proof Mascara and apply that onto my bottom lash line. Going back to the face, I'm just going to grab some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in the shade light to medium, and I'm going to mix two of their contour shades and just carve out my cheekbones and contour my nose. For highlight, I'm just going to be using the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Starstruck, and I'm going to apply that to the high points of my face, which is my cheekbones and my nose bridge. And I'm just going to take my fingers and slowly pat that in just to blend it out a little bit more. And I honestly love this shade, but just to make it a little bit more intense, I'm just going to grab the highlight shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit and apply that on top of Starstruck. Now for the fun part, woo woo! I'm taking some Diamantes that I picked up from, I think, Daiso and Kmart, but the small ones are from Daiso, and I'm applying the small pinky one onto the center of my eyes, my under eyes, and I'm just going to be using a little bit of lash glue, and I'm using my fingers just because I feel like it's easy for me to control, because when I use tweezers it's just too hard. I don't know how to do it yet. But I'm just going to add a little silver one underneath the pink one just because I think it looks cute. And I think these ones were from Kmart, and I'm just going to take the small silver star and pop that onto the center of my forehead just because it matches my jewelry, and I really do like the whole like moon and star concept. It's one of my favorites. But finally, moving on to lips, I'm just taking the Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow Gloss, and I just opted for this one because I'm honestly obsessed with it right now, and I just wanted something that'd be easy to apply. I ended up like not wearing lipstick, like lip gloss, for the whole event anyways, just because there was too many people and it kept on sticking to my hair. But this is a completed look. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!